Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وعليكم
وعليكم
السلام.
السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليكم أستاذ.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa tammim bil khair. So inshallah we continue with the abwab of Thalathi Mazid Fi. So we have completed 5 total and 4 of them are the Mazid Fi forms. So the first one we know is fa'ala yaf'alu fi'lan, if'al and la taf'al, that is number 1. And number 2 that we have learned is sabbaha yusabbihu tasbihan, sabbih and la tusabbih. And then the third one is jahada yujahidu mujahadatan, jahid and la tujahid. So the first one has tashdid is extra, and the second one alif is extra, and the third one, which is the mazid fi of the third one, and overall the fourth one, hamza is extra. So it's aslama yuslimu islaman, aslim and la tuslim. And the sentence that we are using is doing, which is failun, doing tasbih and mujahada are from the basics of Islam. And inshallah we will continue this sentence once we cover number 5 and number 6. After completing number 5 and number 6, we will complete our sentence, and then we will continue again. So yesterday we learned about tadabbara, yatadabbaru, tadabburan, tadabbar, la tatadabbar, to ponder. Okay, I told you the characteristic of this bab, of this group. Do you remember the characteristic that I told you?
This has no kasra.
Okay, that's the grammatical aspect. But I told you that normally this group requires
More effort.
requires
more
effort. Yeah, there's some effort on the part of the doer to acquire something, to get something. So he has to put some extra effort. It's not someone outsider, it's not someone else, it's the doer himself who has to do or who has to put some extra effort to gain something. And as we can see here, tadabbara, it's pondering, and pondering requires some effort. It's not something that that can happen randomly. We have to sit and we have to think and we have to reflect upon it. That's what we call to ponder. That's number 1. Number 2, we discussed that this form of the verb, which is ma'lum, we are not studying the passive, we are studying the active. In active form of the verb, all of these, al-fi'l al-madi wal-madari, al-masdar, fi'l al-amr and nahi, they do not have kasra. Tadabbara, no kasra. Yatadabbaru, no kasra. Tadabburan, tadabbur, and la tatadabbur. Also, we discussed that sometimes this ta gets dropped, and it can be la tadabbur as well, but as of now we know that it has to be la tatadabbur. Okay, there was another verb which I gave you based on this group. Do you remember that one? Ta'allama yata'allamu. Ta'allam means to learn. For example, you say ana ata'allamul arabiyya, I am learning Arabic. So ata'allam is basically, ta'allam is also that requires some effort, right? Does it require some effort or not?
Yes, Ustad.
Okay, so that's why we say ta'allama yata'allamu, and then ta'alluman, the masdar will be ta'alluman, learning, and fi'l al-amr will be ta'allam, and fi'l al-nahi will be la tata'allam. Okay, today I give you one more verb, which is tafakkara. Tafakkara yatafakkaru, tafakkuran, and it will be tafakkar, la tatafakkar. That is to think over or to reflect, to think over. Again, tafakkar is something that requires some effort by the doer, by himself, where he has to do some extra effort to get it. So inshallah, I'm sure now it's clear now, and I'm sure you can memorize them now, or maybe you have already memorized. If not, you see, we are like doing just 1 or 2 on a daily basis, not 2, like 1 in 2 days. So inshallah, by the end of like a couple of weeks, you will be able to cover these 9 forms of the verb, and we didn't need to do them because they are all discussed one by one in book number 3. However, we come across every day some words, so at least we should have some idea like what is going on, and inshallah by the time you reach book number 3 you have already inshallah mastered these forms, and then book number 3 will be easier for you, for keeping in mind that inna ma'al usri yusra, we have to keep in mind that there is always some effort before we reach some goal. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, something important regarding today's lesson. Yesterday we have learned that if we want to say this book, we say kitabuka, this book of yours, we will say kitabuka hada, right? So when we want to use ism al-ishara with mudaf ilayh construction, then ism al-ishara comes after that construction. If we put ism al-ishara before mudaf ilayh, then it becomes a complete sentence. For example, hada kitabuka, it means this is your book. But when you say kitabuka hada, then it means this book of yours. Okay. Today we have another construction where we have the use of al-sifa, the use of al-sifa in mudaf ilayh construction. Like when we have mudaf ilayh construction, how to use adjective, how to use sifa with that. Yesterday we learned how to use ism al-ishara with mudaf ilayh. And what did we learn? We learned that ism al-ishara comes after mudaf ilayh, right? Do you remember that?
Yes, Ustad.
And today we will learn, so kitabuka hada. Today we will learn how to use an adjective with mudaf ilayh construction. Okay, yalla linabda, let's begin. So we have the word akhun. What's the meaning of akhun?
Brother.
A brother, right? A brother. Akhun kabirun, a great brother or a big brother, right?
Brother.
So we can use both. If you want to glorify, you will say a great brother, and you can also say a big brother. So akhun kabirun, what kind of construction is this?
It's adjective, sir. Mawsuf sifa.
Mawsuf sifa, excellent. That's right. Mawsuf sifa. Akhun is mawsuf and kabirun is sifa, right? So up till here it's clear. Okay, now we want to say my brother. We want to say my brother. So what we will do, we will take the noun akhun plus we will put ya al-mutakallim. And we know that when we want to make mudaf ilayh construction, what we have to do, we have to make the first noun light. And if it has tanween, the tanween disappears. We know that mudaf does not take al and it does not take tanween. You know that, right? So it becomes from akhun plus ya al-mutakallim, then we have akhu plus ya al-mutakallim, right? Till here, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Because when we say baytun, what's the meaning of baytun? A house.
A house.
Allah is lafz al-jalala. But when we want to say the house of Allah, we will say baytullahi.
Baytullahi.
Right? Baytullahi. So we can see there that the word bayt, mudaf, does not have al, does not have tanween. Similarly here, akhu does not have al and it does not have tanween. And then we have ya al-mutakallim. Now you remember that ya al-mutakallim has a demand. What is the demand of ya al-mutakallim? That it has to have kasra before it. Yes?
Demand kasra before
it demands kasra before it. So that's why when you want to say my brother, you will say akhi. Akhi. So what's the construction of the word akh? Akh is marfu, as you can see here, right? Akh is marfu. And ya al-mutakallim demanded that it should take kasra. So as of now, we know that akh is marfu and akhi is mudaf ilayh construction. When you say akhi, now here, the word akh, is it proper noun or common noun?
Sir, this is mudaf ila al-marfa, proper noun.
Akh is a common noun, but when we connect it with attached pronoun, then it becomes a proper noun. We know that. For example, I gave you the example of baytullahi. Bayt is a common noun, but when we associate it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then it also becomes a proper noun. So we will say the house of Allah. Now we will not say a house of Allah, right? Baytullah. Similarly, akh plus when we put ya with that, then it becomes akhi. And now the word akh is a proper noun. So we know when the noun is a proper noun, then the adjective has to be a proper noun. You know that, right? Because we know that mawsuf and sifa they must be equal in 4 things: capacity, gender, number, and i'rab, right? Status, capacity, number, and gender. They should be equal in 4 things. So now when you want to say big brother, you will say akhi al-kabiru. Now why al-kabiru has dhamma? Please tell me.
Because of it has dhamma, sir, mawsuf sifa.
Excellent. So
So,
akh has dhamma. So akh is mawsuf, and we know it's a proper noun because of ya al-mutakallim. So that's why when the noun is proper, then the sifa has to be proper as well. So that's why the sifa that we have used for akh, it has become al-kabiru, akhi al-kabiru. It means my big brother. Akhi al-kabiru, my big brother. Is it clear till here?
Yes, sir.
yes, Ustad.
Okay, so now we say ja'a, verb, akhi al-kabiru, my big brother, verb, and then we have the verb, and then we have the file, the doer. We know ja'a is fi'l lazim, it does not need any object. So my big brother came. Ja'a, subject, and akhi al-kabiru is the verb. Ja'a akhi al-kabiru. When we say ra'aytu, now ra'aytu, we know that this is the fail plus file together, right? So ra'a is fail, tu is file, ra'aytu is fail and file. So now akhi,
This is 13th
the
number
i'rab,
also.
yeah, the i'rab of akhi now, the word akhi now is mansub, right? It's mansub. That's why the sifa that we use for it is also mansub. So that's why we say ra'aytu akhi al-kabira. So why it has fatha? Because the i'rab of the word akhi is mansub. That's why the sifa that we used for it is also mansub. Similarly, we say jalastu ma'a. We know ma'a is used as a preposition. So now the word akhi is majroor. That's why the sifa that we use it for it is also majroor. So jalastu ma'a akhi al-kabiri. So now if you see mudaf, mudaf alayh, and the noun after that, you have to see why the noun is marfu, mansub, or majroor. You have to see that the word, whether it is itself is marfu, mansub, or majroor. Okay, now look at the examples from the Quran. Iqra wa rabbuka, rabbuka. What construction is this? Mudaf, mudaf alayh. Your Rabb, okay? So Rabb here is marfu. That's why the sifa that is used for it is also marfu. And because the word Rabb here is a proper noun because of ka, that's why the sifa that we have used for it is also a proper noun. Iqra wa rabbukal akramu. Read and your Lord is respectable, glorious. So Iqra wa rabbukal akramu. So now we know that why al-akramu is marfu, because rabbu is also marfu. And of course we know this is the sifa of the Rabb. So Rabb is masuf and al-akramu is sifa. Then we have another example from the Quran. Ya ayyuhal insanu ma gharraka bi rabbikal karimi. Okay, now why al-karim is majroor?
Because of the harf jar,
Yes.
Rabbi.
Rabbi is majroor. So the sifa that we have used for, or the sifa that has been used for the word Rabb is also majroor. And what construction is this? Rabbika?
It's mudaf,
That's right. Yeah. So now Rabbika is proper noun because we know that all the attached pronouns are proper nouns. That's why the sifa that follows it is also proper noun. So bi rabbikal karimi, O mankind, what has deceived you concerning your Lord, the generous? And this is also a very powerful verse of the Quran as well, which gives us invitation to always fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well, because our Lord is, of course, He is Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, but at the same time, we have to make sure that He is Maliki Yawmiddin, and He will also take our hisab. So we need to be ready for that as well. Now, narun, nar, it has to be narun, okay. Narun is a common noun or proper noun?
This is common noun.
It's a common noun.
Narun, common noun, we know that. And Narun is masculine or feminine?
Feminine, sir.
Feminine. In Arabic, nar is feminine. And this is one of the nouns where we said, because the Arabs said so, so narun is feminine. And then the adjective also is feminine because nar is feminine. So adjective is muqadatun, a kindled fire or a fueled fire. So this is a common noun, narun muqadatun, a kindled fire. This is noun and this is adjective. Okay, narullahi, fire of Allah. Narullahi, fire of Allah. Okay, now we have this verse, Narullahi al-muqadatu. Okay, now why it is al-muqadatu?
Because naru.
Naru.
Nar is marfu'.
It's marfu'.
That's why the adjective that follows it is also marfu'. And we know that nar here, it is a proper noun because it is connected, or it is it has idafa with lafz al-jalala, so that's why it has become a proper noun as well. For example, Baytullahi, similarly, Narullahi. So because it's a proper noun, that's why the adjective that we have used for it is also a proper noun. And nar is feminine, that's why muqadatu is also feminine. It is Allah's kindled fire. Is it clear?
Yes, Ustad.
Any questions?
No.
Kindled meaning in Urdu?
Bhadkai hui. The one that has been lit up. Yeah. Bhadkana, aag ko bhadkana.
Like barbecue, sir. You have to keep firing it
It's already
Yes. Kindled, it's already lit. Yeah, it is already lit. And subhanallah, it has been lit up by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahumma ajirna minan nar.
Intensity is kept going, sir.
Yes, so what
Intensity of fire.
if we hear such kind of verses, what we have to say? Allahumma ajirna minan nar, or Allahumma ajirni minan nar. Allahumma ajirni minan nar. Ameen. Ya Rabbal Alameen. All right, so now we can go back to the lesson here, and I think, and I'm sure that you went through the handouts. So I think we don't need to go through the handouts again. And most of the part we have already covered for the handouts. One is that the ism al-ishara, when it is used with mudaf, mudaf ilayh, it comes in the end. And today we have also learned that how to use adjective with mudaf, mudaf ilayh. And the rest we learned yesterday that if it is for the feminine, for example, tadhabina, if we use an before it, then it becomes tadhabi, the noon gets dropped. Similarly, if it is yadhabuna, and if we say an before, if we put an before it, then the noon gets dropped, it becomes an yadhabu. And if it is tadhabuna, and when we put an before it, it becomes an tadhabu, the noon gets dropped. We discussed about this yesterday. Ad-darsu athamina ashara, lesson number 18. Okay, so I would like you again to try and read it, and inshallah we will also read it together, but I would like you to now participate and do the lesson by yourselves, and I will inshallah monitor and we will do it together. So who is going to participate?
I.
Okay, yes, and brother, may I know your name?
Hamad.
Hamad, okay, and
Ahmad.
Ahmed. Okay,
Naam.
please, okay. Yes, Ahmed.
Okay. لزوجته
Hamid.
أين تريدين أن تذهبي بعد.
Okay, so Hamid is talking to his wife, right? لزوجته, to his wife. Okay.
أين تريدين أن تذهبي بعد صلاة العصر? Where do you want to go to after Asr prayer?
Excellent. Okay, now here we have tridina, but here we don't have tadhabina. What happened?
The noon got dropped.
Because of? An. Yes, an. Okay, excellent. So noon has been dropped because of an. So أين تريدين أن تذهبي بعد الصلاة العصر? Where do you want to go after the Asr prayer? Yes, Amina too. So we need one Amina here.
أريد أن أزور جارتنا التي زارتني أمس. أريد, I want, أن أزور, to visit.
Yes.
جارتنا, our neighbor.
Jaratana, our female neighbor.
Jaratana, female neighbor. Allati, the one who. Zaratni, the one who visited me yesterday.
Yesterday, excellent. So I want to visit our neighbor, the one who visited me yesterday. This one is simple here, Uridu and Azura. So Azura has fatha because of an. Jara, Jarun, we have learned that Jarun is used for the masculine neighbor and Jaratun is used for the feminine neighbor. Jaratana Allati, so Allati is the sifa or Allati is the ism al-musul that we have used for Jar, Jara, feminine, and Zarat is the past of Zara, right? Zara, Zara, Zaru, Zarat. That's number 1. Number 4, Zarat ni, she visited me, Amsi, yesterday. So I want to visit the neighbor who visited me yesterday. Yes, Hamid?
أيمكنك أن ترجعي قبل صلاة المغرب? Is it possible for you to return before صلاة المغرب?
Excellent. It was tarji'ina. So because of an, it has become tarji'i, right? All right. Yes.
Aminatu.
Yes.
Yumkinu insha'Allahu.
It's possible.
It is possible.
It is possible
inshallah.
if Allah wills. Yeah. So Hamidan, ayumkinuka an tarji'i qabla salat al-maghribi? Is it possible to return? Is it possible for you to return before Maghrib prayer? Amina says, yumkinu insha'Allah. Yes, it's possible if Allah wills. Yes, brother Ahmed. I think there is a problem with brother Ahmed's internet. So, Arju, I request, and that taghsili, you wash, qamisi al-abyada. Okay, now why it is al-abyada? Why the word abyad has fatha?
Because
Qamisi
is mansoob, sir.
Qamis is mansoob, right? So qamisi, my shirt, al-abyada, white.
Yes, the white one.
Ruju'iki min jarati.
After coming from neighbor.
Yes, so Arju an taghsili qamisi al-abyada. I request you to wash my white shirt ba'da ruju'iki, after returning min indil jarati, from the neighbor. So I request you to wash my white shirt after returning from the neighbor. Amina.
Ta'aghsiluhu, I will wash it.
Yes.
Wa akwihi inshallah. Akwihi, sir.
Kawa yakwi, to iron.
Iron.
Yakwi, takwi, akwi, right? I will wash. Akwihi, I will wash it.
Sir.
Yes.
Akwi is enough, sir.
No, you have to learn this because the thing is, if we don't get used to it, then we will maybe it will be difficult for us to reflect it. As you can see here, has fatha, so that means I will. Akwihi, I will wash it, inshallah, if Allah wills, right?
I will iron it, inshallah.
Yes, sa'aghsiluhu, I will wash it, and akwihi, iron it, inshallah, if Allah wills.
Inshallah.
Okay, Hamid.
أين تريدون أن تذهبوا تذهب الآن يا
أبنائي.
Oh, sons, where are you going now?
أين تريدون أن تذهبوا الآن يا أبنائي? Oh my sons, where do you want to go now? So it was تذهبون, but because of an, it has become تذهبوا. Yes, Ahmed, it seems your internet connection is a little bit weak. So
yes.
yeah, أين تريدون أن تذهبوا الآن؟ تذهبوا الآن يا أبنائي. Where do you want to go now, oh my sons? Yes, al-abna, the sons.
نذهب الآن إلى المسجد. We are going to masjid now. وبعد الصلاة, after salah, نريد, we want أن نذهب, we want to go إلى السوق, to market, لنشتري, to purchase, أقلاما, لنشتري أقلاما, to purchase pens, ودفاتر, and notebooks, ومساطر, and rulers.
And notebooks and rulers, plural, yeah?
Ruler.
Daftar,
Yes,
the
sir.
plural is dafatir. Mistar, in the plural is masatir. Okay. So, linashtariya, why ya has fatha?
Because of la, sir. Lam al-tahleel.
Lam al-talil, because of
Lam al-talil.
Lam al-talil. So we know that the ending of the noun has to be mansub. نذهب الآن إلى المسجد. We will go to masjid now. وبعد الصلاة نريد أن نذهب إلى السوق. And after the prayer, we want to go to the market. لنشتري أقلاما, to buy pens, ودفاتر, and notebooks, ومساطر, and rulers. Okay. أقلام is the plural of qalam. Dafatir is the plural of daftar, and masatir is the plural of mistara, sorry. Okay, aqlaman has tanween, but dafatir and masatir doesn't have tanween. Why is that?
Plural of irrational beings, sir.
So, would that mean that it will not take, yani, aqlaman is also the plural of irrational being?
The masatira is, sir, masatira and the father, I think it is on the wazn of mafaila.
That's right. Mamnu min as-sarf.
Mamnu min as-sarf.
So any word that comes on the pattern of
mafaila, both are on the wazn of mafaila.
So that's now you got it. So aqlaman is not on the pattern of any of the patterns that we have learned from mamnu min as-sarf. So it will be marfu, mansub, and majroor with the tanween. However, the fatira and masatira, they are not, they do not have tanween because they are mamnu min as-sarf. Okay, Hamidun.
Hamidun, aina zumalaukum? Where are your classmates?
Yes.
Ma ja'ul yawma. This is ma is Mosula, sir?
No.
Ja'ul yawma.
They didn't come today.
No, this is ma nafiya, sir?
Yes.
They didn't come today. Ma nafiya, sir. Li ziyaratikum, to visit you. Ka'adatihim kulla usbu'in.
Usbu'in, okay. Ada is habit.
This
is as usual for them, or as per their habit. And it is habitual.
As they used to come every week.
Yeah. So aina zumalaukum, where are your colleagues? Ma ja'ul yawma li ziyaratikum, they did not come to visit you today. Ka'adatihim kulla usbu'in, as they used to visit you every week. So ka, we have learned yesterday that this is also harf jar, and that's why the noun that follows it will be majroor.
What is the other name of ka, sir?
Harf jar, harf tashbih. Harf tashbih.
Harf tashbih.
Yeah, it's used
to.
Yeah,
as they used to come.
Yes, kulla usbu'in, every week. Kulla is kulla is mansub. Why is that? Aina nas, where are the people today? It is maf'ul fihi, right?
Maf'ul fi.
Fihi. We have
fi, sir.
learned that the names of the days and the weeks and the months and the year, normally they will be mansub because they are used as maf'ul fihi. So this is maf'ul fihi kulla usbu'in, every week. Al-abna'u aradu an yadhhabu al-yawma ila al-muthaf. We want to go to the museum today, or today we want to go to the museum. Aradu, they wanted, right?
We want.
No,
They want.
They wanted. An yadhhabu, to go. Al-yawma, today, ila al-muthafi, they wanted to go to the museum today. Yes, Hamidan?
Museum.
Yes, Hamid?
Yeah,
Hamid is shy,
Banat.
he's asking to everyone.
Yeah, Banati. I'll continue, sir.
Yes, please.
Yeah, Banati, or daughters. Ana al-an adhabu إلى المستشفى لعيادة سلمى. أتريدن أن تذهبن معي؟ أنا الآن أذهب. I'm going to the hospital.
Yes.
No.
Hospital لعيادة سلمى. For the treatment.
Or to see Salma. Yeah. Iyada is basically to visit a patient. So to visit Salma.
Patient.
To see Salma. Yes.
Okay.
Aturidna.
Do you want to come
with me? Okay. An tadhhabna ma'iyya. Okay, tadhhabna. This is for the masculine feminine, and we know that it is mabni al-fath. So that's why when we say an tadhhabna, the noon will not be dropped, because tadhhabna and yadhhabna, two of these are mabni al-fath. They do not change. For the feminine plural, we will not drop them. Okay, al-banatu, na'am. The girls,
na'am.
yes. Okay, Hamidan, ماذا تريدنا؟ ماذا تريدنا أن تأخذنا لها؟
What do you want to take
for her, right?
For her.
Yeah, لها, for her. So what do you want to take for her? البنات نريد أن نأخذ معنا علبة الحلوى هذه. We want to take this tin of sweets with us. Yeah, إن سلمى تحب هذه الحلوى كثيرا, because Salma loves this sweet a lot. Yeah. So Inna Salma is ismu Inna, and we know that Salma is it has alif maqsura in the end. So that's why the ending will not change, right? And تحب هذه الحلوى كثيرا. This is خبر إن. Indeed, Salma loves this this type of sweet a lot, or this sweet a lot. Okay.
تريدن أن تأخذن شيئا آخر.
آخر, yes.
آخر. Do you want to take anything
else?
Anything else?
Yes, or do you want to take any other thing with you as well? Okay, so ta'khudna, again, an does not have any impact on it. So it is also mabni al-fath. That's why it didn't change. Shay'an akhara. What's the meaning of akhara and why it has fatha?
Akhara mean other, sir.
Yes, another or the other. So shay'an is mansub and akhara is the adjective of shay'an. That's why it is also mansub, and it is also mamnu min as-sarf. We have learned it in the previous lesson. Al-banatu, yes, akhara. Al-banatu nuridu an nakhudha hadhihi al-majallata. We want to take this magazine, wa hadha al-kitaba, and this book, wa hadhihi al-malabisa, and these clothes. So we want to take this magazine, this book, and these clothes. Also, we want to take this book, this magazine, and these clothes. Okay, Hamidun.
أرجو ألا تأخذنا هذه الأشياء كلها فإن المستشفى لا يسمح بدخول أشياء كثيرة. أين خديجة وعائشة وأم كلثوم يريدن أن يذهبن معنا. أرجو I request ألا تأخذنا
that you don't take.
هذه
Yeah. It was basically
ألا
an la.
plus
But
لا.
yeah, an plus la. So we know this is like the rule of the tajweed as well. After noon sakin, when we have lam or ra, then the noon sakin is not pronounced. For example, walam yakul lahu, it's yakun lahu, but because of lam, this is called idgham bidun ghunna, right? So when we merge without any kind of nasal sound. So Allah, that Allah ta'khudna, that you don't take هذه الأشياء, these things كلها. What is
These
كلها?
things for
This is توكيد. Yeah, yesterday we learned it.
This is توكيد. Yes, Ustad.
So
كلها.
أشياء is mansub, that's why كلها is also mansub. So we know that توكيد will always follow the i'rab of the noun that comes before it. If it is هذه الأشياء, then we will say كلها. And if it is
كلها.
and if it is هذه الأشياء, then we will say كلها. So the i'rab of this will be according to the noun that comes before it. أرجو ألا تأخذنا هذه الأشياء كلها. I request you not to take all these things with you. Why? فإن المستشفى. Because the hospital.
In the hospital لا يسمح بدخول أشياء كثيرة.
بدخول أشياء كثيرة. Doesn't allow to take.
Doesn't allow to take
things.
all these things. Many things.
Yes, or all these things or many things with you. فإن, as we can see here, fa is حرف. What kind of حرف is this? It's used to connect. So فإن المستشفى. So or because the hospital is translated as so or because فإن المستشفى, because the hospital لا يسمح بدخول أشياء كثيرة, doesn't allow to take so many things inside. أين خديجة وعائشة وأم كلثوم? Where is Khadija and Aisha and Kulthum? Kulthum, what do you remember about it?
مضاف إليه.
Okay, that's number one. Number two, the association. One of the names of the daughters of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Yes.
Yeah, so Kulthum is one of the daughters of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. أيريدنا أن يذهبنا معنا? Do you want to come with us?
Come with us.
إحدى البنات, one of the daughters. إحدى means one for the feminine. إحدى البنات, one of the daughters. لا أدري, I don't know. أين هن, where they are. I don't know where they are. Or where are they? أظن, I think. أنهن. So why is anna? Why not inna?
Because it's in between the sentences.
Yeah, after the verb, normally after the verb, normal verb, we use anna, and after qala, we use inna. Yeah, yes, that's right. أظن أنهن ما رجعنا من المدرسة. I think that they did not return from the school. حامد هيا بنا يا بنات. Let's go, my daughters. So هيا بنا, what do you remember? It is ismul fi'l, which is used to make and like amin, yeah.
Like amin.
Yeah, so it means let's go, oh my daughters. Let's go, oh my daughters. All right, so enough for the day, or do you want to continue and do the exercise?
Enough, sir, today.
Enough for today, okay. Yes, anyone else? Yes. Enough for everyone? Yes, Mufid, Taha, Ahmed.
Yes, Yes, Ustad, as his wish,
Yes, sir.
inshallah.
So-
We'll take a revision, then do it, inshallah, next week, the exercises.
Okay, excellent. So now you have 3 days, and today's lesson is also important. Like the points that we learned today, alhamdulillah, these are also very important, and we have seen many examples from the Quran as well. So if you get some time, please go back, reflect to whatever we have learned today, and inshallah, I will see you on. Can we
Sunday.
do exercise chat? Someone says, Taha is asking about, can we do the exercise? Yes, Taha, we will do after we close, and we can do it at home, no problem.
Okay.
Taha is excited. He's my son, alhamdulillah.
Okay,
He's
sir.
also joining us, 12 years old. So one of the things that we need to do is to also follow on that hadith, that ayah, which is Qu anfusakum wa ahlikum nara, right? Save yourselves and your family members from the hellfire. So we have to make sure that we also try our best to take our kids, our wives, our families with us as well, inshallah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Walaikum assalam, rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum, Ustad. Jazakallah.
وعليكم السلام وإياكم.